Okay, so prior to this video, we looked at how we were going to clean all these shapes up, modifying to freeze out all the transformations and delete the history, and then also rename them. So there's a bit of a naming convention going on here, so it makes it a bit easier for us to make sense of all this. So with that in mind, now we're going to look at how we parent it. So when we're deciding what our root sort of like mesh is going to be, or root bone is going to be, I always go with the center of gravity. It just makes more sense that way, because when you're animating it, that way when you're blocking and moving it, that's kind of like the very first part that you're starting with there. So in this case, it's the hips right here, and most rigs will do the same here. Okay, so I'm going to then start working my way down first to that point, and then we'll work our way up on the arms and legs. So I select the head first, and then hold down Shift to select the next object, and that is the object that I want to parent it to. I then go either up here to edit, to press parent, and you'll notice that now that becomes unselected, because now if I click on it, you'll see that that is there, and it moves, and when it rotates it doesn't deform, which is good. And here you'll also see that it's now sort of nested inside of this one here. And what's interesting about that is that you can also click here on the outliner with the middle mouse wheel as if it were a button, and drag it onto the bone or the mesh that you want to parent it to, and it will do exactly the same thing. So it's just a shortcut way of doing it, and I'd encourage it because it gets you to work with your outliner. You should never let this outliner get out of control, because this is basically showing you all the items in the scenes. It makes it a lot easier for you to track down and figure out, is there hidden geometry in here somewhere? So that one's there. The other shortcut that you can do is if you hold down Shift and select it, and then let go of Shift, and then if you press P, that will parent it there as well. So that's all done there. Now I'm going to work my way up this arm into this other torso here. So I'm going to hold down Shift and select that one, and then select this next one, hold down Shift, select this one and that one, and now you can see same thing here. But now we kind of have a bit of a fork in the road where it now goes down the left arm all the way to the hand. And so we can do the same here to this one. So I'm actually going to do the other method now, where I hold down the middle mouse and select them all in here like that. And I'm just going to drag that onto arm, so it all goes up the chain to there. And then I'm going to drag this one onto torso as well. So now you'll sort of see that there's two. This is where the fork really sort of appears. It's, you've got either the left arm or the right arm, and now we're going to put in another fork here on the actual hips, where I'm going to actually drag this up to the hips there, and then left leg to that left thigh, and then left thigh onto that foot there. And just here, because they're not really put together, that's just going to be like that. Cool. So then I'm just going to quickly put this together here, and then parent it to there, and we are done. And that is all rigged, so to speak, and parented up and ready to animate. So in the next video, we're going to look at how we can animate, and just a few basic tips on how to make this animation look really good.